Hi everyone, my name's Gemma and today we're going to be showing you how to bake some cupcakes. I've given you the recipe so you should have everything prepared hopefully. We'll go through just, what you need to do in the bowl. It's a one bowl recipe, so don't worry about having too many bowls ready. We usually do a massive bake sale for Macmillan, which is going to be missed this year by a lot of people. In Cardiff, I'm known for baking far too many cakes for it, but it's something that's really, really important to me, really special and close to my heart. So yeah, I'll show you how to bake them, show you how to ice them, and hopefully it's something a bit different, but hopefully you'll enjoy it just as much as eating all the cakes. And hopefully at the end you'll have some lovely cakes to share with your family and enjoy. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so first of all, you're going to start off with a big bowl. We're going to do sugar and butter first. So you've got 120 grams of sugar. That goes in. You've got 40 grams of butter, which goes in. And then you're going to just whisk it all up so that there's no lumps or bumps. There you go. So you want it a bit, it's going to look like sand, but you just want it so that there's no lumps or bumps and the butter's all evenly distributed. You're then going to put your flour, your baking powder and your pinch of salt. That's all going to go in. It's all like a one bowl recipe, so it's really, really simple. You're then going to put your 120 grams or half a cup of milk in. Your vanilla extract. My top tip is to use vanilla bean. It just tastes nicer. It makes your cakes taste really good. You're then going to put your 1 egg. Not to break this everywhere. There you go. And it was a double yolk, so that's even luckier. You're then going to just whisk it all up, so it's going to make a nice batter. There you go. So you should get a nice even batter, which is just going to go into the cupcake cases. So I'll get them ready. I'd also have a little measuring cup, which is a 1/4 cup, just to fill the cupcakes evenly. But I'll show you how not to if you don't have that. So you're going to then get your cupcake cases ready. I've put the liners in already. These are from Asda, which I love because they're foil, and the other ones don't really work as well. Nice and cheap as well. So you're just going to get your cup, fill it up about 1/3 of the way. You can use your finger just to clean it off. Bottom, and then you're going to fill it up. You want it about 2/3 of the way up the cupcake liner, because otherwise it's going to go over the top and make bubbles, which are fine, but it just helps. So you're going to fill all those in. All to the same height, just so that they bake evenly as well. It usually makes about 8 of the big cupcake liners. If you've got smaller cupcake liners, you should get about 12. But nobody likes a small cupcake, so I always do big ones. Just fill them up evenly. Really good. So now they are ready to go in the oven. Just clean up all the bits that have dropped, but there we go. Okay, so we put the cupcakes in the oven. We need to put them at 200 degrees for if you've got one that isn't a fan oven. If you've got a fan oven, I'd put it at about 180 to 160 depending on how fast or how strong it is, and then leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. check them. You want them to be like golden brown. So here are ones I've taken out the oven. They are a bit browner than I'd usually have them, but you know, they've got a lot of sugar in them, so don't worry too much if they look like this. They still taste really, really good. So here we've got 250 grams of your icing sugar. You can sift your icing sugar in your flour, however, it's not really necessary because they do it now anyway. It used to be in the past that they didn't, so that's why they always had it in the recipe. I'm going to do like a minty green, so the butter always makes it a bit more yellow. There you go, you've got it all in one bowl. Do a few drops. This is my favourite one because it doesn't make it taste funny and it's a gel, so it's got much more concentrate and you don't have to put a lot in. There we go, so that's Colour Splash. You can get it in Hobbycraft, you can get it in, the Range. You can get it most places, or you can get it on Amazon if you want to. But it doesn't taste, so it's a good one to use. You're just going to get the whisk in. I always mix it around a little bit so that your butter is covered, because otherwise it's going to go everywhere. I'd also get a splash of milk, but don't use the amount that it says in the recipe. I would always just do it by eye. So sometimes if it's hot, your butter is going to be melted and you won't need as much. So just do a little dollar, and then we can always add more, but you can't take it away, so you'll have to add more sugar, which won't taste as good. See, with that, the butter was already room temperature and a bit warm, so it's gone a bit too runny, so I'm just going to put more icing sugar in. You want it to be a nice consistency so that you can pipe it. So. So when you see the whisk is starting to hold its shape and it's starting to struggle, that is the perfect consistency. So you want it to stay in its position. And just put a little bit more in. You want to get some nice rosettes on it. There we go, so it's nice and thick, it's going to hold its shape in the piping bag. You can just knock it off, or you can put it on a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then next we're going to put the icing in the piping bag. So what you want to do is not cut too much of the piping bag off, otherwise the nib will come out. I always use this flat star one. It makes nice rosettes, so like if you want to do rose shapes on top, if you want to do like a swirl one as well, it works for that. So you want to put it in and see where it needs to come. So you're going to cut it just to about here. So I'm going to push it back. you want it just under where the star bits start, and then you're going to fold the piping bag up. So you just fold it back over your hand so you can then hold it and you won't get icing all over your hand. I'm just going to fill it all up. You don't have to put all of it, you can fill it up again. If you wanted to do like different colours as well, you can put them in the piping bag and it will allow you to swirl it. And then you're just going to test it by putting it on. If you want to test it before you put it on the cupcakes as well, you can get some greaseproof paper and just test your icing on there. But that's ready to go. So if you're doing it along with me, you can pause the video now and wait for your cupcakes to finish baking. When they're finished baking, my top tip is to put them in the freezer. You can then leave them for a couple of days nice and fresh, or you can just wait for them to cool by 10 or 20 minutes and then you'll be ready to ice them. So put all this to one side. Here are some cupcakes I prepared earlier. So I'm just going to do a little top of it over here. And I'll show you how I ice them. So you can do it a couple of different ways. Twist the bag here so that it's nice and tight so that you're not having to push it too much. You can do it so if you want to do rosettes, you're going to swirl it from here. That's if you don't like too much icing, or obviously you can start from the outside and that will allow you to build it up so you can do a nice little swoosh. So I'll show you that again from the middle, round, just keep going round, and there you go. So you can do your icing a little bit stiffer, but we're going to put them in the fridge. What you then do is I've got sprinkles, so you can do whatever decorations you want. I just dollop them on. Try not to get them everywhere all over my mother's kitchen. And then I've got these little decorations that you can buy from Asda or anywhere else. Just put that in the middle. And that's it. So you've got your cupcakes ready to go. Thank you for joining me and baking with Gemma. Hopefully you enjoyed it and know it's something a little bit different. I hope you guys will donate and encourage everyone you know to donate as well. We get match funding from L&G, so it's all for a great cause. Macmillan are, as I said, really close to my heart because my grandparents both had cancer recently and Macmillan helped them loads with just funding for parking at the hospital, or people to talk to if they were having a hard time. So yeah, what they do is really, really important, and I would love if we could make it a even better year than we usually do, just because obviously everyone's at home. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the cupcakes. See you guys soon. Thank you.